for the week so far. Tennis US Home coming to a close. Diamond League final Zurich and the Reggae Boys.
Yes,
Reggae
man.
Boys.
But first, we touch on the tennis, Emma and Leila.
Emma Raducanu from England, young 18-year-old, versus Leila Fernandez, 19-year-old. Two teenagers. First all-teenage final since 1999.
And not only the first qualifier to ever reach so far.
Yeah, I mean,
Emma, boy, she's a beast, though.
Yeah, I see her playing, and I mean, the first major tournament reaching the finals. I mean,
Yeah, man.
can just a whole career is ahead of her, and like the fighting spirit from both females.
Yeah.
So as I said, last time two teams were in the finals, Serena Williams and Martina Hingis, 1999.
Yeah.
So history.
13.
Now we have an 18-year-old in Emma Raducanu and Leila Fernandez, 19-year-old
from Canada.
Yeah, they're dubbing it the immigrant final. But you know.
Yeah. Boy, I was watching what's her name? Leila.
Yeah.
She play with a lot of time and pressure though. But she's not as strong though, you know. But she plays. She give you less time and she play with more angles. You know, while Emma is a bit more is a lot more stronger.
More powerful.
Way more power.
I'm going with Emma.
Yeah, well, there's no way I cannot go with Emma as well, because when you analyze both games, in terms of the technique and all of that, Leila tend to feed more off of your power. Mm-hmm. She don't add much to the ball, but her timing and the shots are superb. Timing and angles.
But when you look at it, Emma's yet to drop a set in the tournament.
Yeah, she's a beast, man.
But when you look at it, Leila now has defeated more quality players on the run. Defeating the number 2, defeating number 3 in Osaka, defeating the number 5 in Slitovina, number 17, Angelique Kerber. So she has come through testing times.
A tougher draw, without a doubt.
I mean, she's prepared, but within the contrasting styles, I tend to go for the more powerful player. Yeah. As you know, Serena dominates.
And Emma takes the ball early as well.
Yeah.
It's just that she has more power. Mm-hmm. Leila play with more angles.
Yeah.
More angles. Her serves. I think she will have to get physically stronger in the future, though, because you know this US Open was a bit of a downer, and I put it that way. You know, that the top players not really there. Mm-hmm. They had quite a couple of upsets in the earlier rounds with Naomi. Yeah. Talking about mental health and all of that and whatever the case is. But it should be an interesting finals.
I think the tournament is still a great tournament.
It's a great tournament. And one thing with America, you know, them always market them event.
Emma is ranked 150 in the world.
150.
Leila is ranked
73. Yeah.
After this tournament, both females ranking will skyrocket. I mean, it will go.
Mm. And Emma wasn't even top 10 in our own country.
Yeah, and I mean, as I said, coming through the qualifiers.
Yeah.
First ever.
Yeah, first ever, man. First ever.
And at age 18, hustling out there, I mean.
And you listen to her interviews.
Confident.
And when she's talking, they keep asking about Leila. She said, listen, I'm here to focus on myself. Yeah. So the mindset and the space where, man, she said, them asked her the question about 3 different times in 3 different ways. Yeah, and she gave the same answer, no smile. So I mean, she mean business, man.
I'm going with Emma.
All right. So what about the big man, Novak
Djokovic? I mean, the talk around town that he's a GOAT, but if he loses, he's still in the conversation. If he wins, I mean, hats off to him. He's going for his 21st career Grand Slam. As I said earlier, the Eclipse. Still the GOAT for me, Roger Federer, at 20. Rafael still has 20.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going for a calendar Grand Slam.
Yes, man.
Last time it was done was 52 years ago by Rod Laver. Don't know these names as, I mean, watch them in black and white, but I mean, to have a career Grand Slam and do something that hasn't been done in so long only adds to his glory. Yeah. If he loses, it won't take away from it.
And Novak have accomplished a lot of things that nobody has ever done in non-tennis. You know? In terms of the Golden Master.
Golden Slam.
The Golden, not the Golden Slam, the Master, the Pro Tour events. We have to compete on all 9 circuits. He competed twice. He did it twice. The only player that even came close to even doing it one time was what's his name from America, from England?
Murray?
Yes, man, Andy Murray with 6.
But we tend to put more precedence on the
slam.
So
yeah, but
the ATP series is still.
Yeah, he's and let me show you how versatile he is. And every single one of the ATP tours, of course, the surface is different. So he's winning on clay, hard court, grass.
He's probably the most
versatile
all around
we ever seen before. Andre Agassi handed over the belt to Novak as being the greatest return of all time. When you look at this man, how the man handled the serves, you think the little Italian was serving a little baby serve.
Yes, and he has.
I think you need to give this man more ratings.
No, I mean,
you have to give Novak more ratings because Novak can make shot from all angles of the court. Similar to somebody beside me. And man, him have it man from all angles.
But the thing is, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment.
A prisoner?
Because Djokovic is doing it now. Forget about what people did in the past. Just like people hyping up LeBron or winning the Messi era. But you have to put things in totality. And to me, you have to look at the peak.
Yeah, he has all the records.
But who would you take in a match at your peak? Roger Federer or Novak Djokovic? And do remember, the callings is open.
Yes.
55-876-552-7406. Feel free to call in anytime on any topic.
On the topic, man.
Any topic, because to me,
because Novak,
Federer in his prime versus Djokovic prime. What do you think?
I have to take Joker. Joker is mentally tougher. Let me break it down for you. On any surface, let me break it down for you. Djokovic is more powerful and he has better timing at the ball. Plus, better footwork, better hands, better mentality, right across the board. He's way more powerful than Federer.
On grass, Federer.
Why Federer on grass?
It's the smooth, man.
Smooth?
With that one hand backhand, tell him to run that down and bring that back. And clear we all know, at prime for prime, nobody has a chance. Rafael Nadal is the most dominant tennis player on any one surface. Novak on hard court is dominant. But
Roger has ever beaten Nadal on clay?
Yeah, once I think.
On clay?
Yeah. I have to check back that stat, but I mean.
But Joker did it doing.
In an old injured Nadal. I mean, Nadal wear and tear. Nadal has been playing and running, coming back injury after injury. Joker is in prime now, so.
Yeah.
It'll be a great match, and that's tomorrow. But today at 3 is a female final. Don't forget that. So that's the first order of the day.
One to
look out for. The male final is tomorrow. I mean, as I said, if Djokovic loses, that won't take away from his glory. If he wins, you won't add to it. But I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment and claim it as the goat. Some people have already done that.
I want all the commentators have James Blake.
No, but that's one of the 2 best commentators here. Yeah. I mean, they should listen to us. So those commentators.
Sorry, when I said James Blake, I meant he's an ex-tennis player. Yeah, US.
But prime for prime, I'm going with Mr. Smooth. Technique and
what else?
Once you
have when you look at all the stats, this is the only thing Joker needs to know, is just to surpass them in terms of that's the only stat.
The career Grand Slam is definitely one that you can't take away.
When you come on to an individual sport and stats, it's way heavy. It have a heavier weight than team sports stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once Joker do this tomorrow, which I'm confident that he's going to do.
I mean, it's a repeat of the Australian.
It's a break on the man last night.
Oh, easy.
Is that the man literally just take a little break and say, let me see what you have. Go on. You see that 52 shot rally?
The man is relentless.
Yes,
mentally strong.
And we need to touch on a point with Joker and Tom Brady. What's the similarities? Nutrition. These guys are both vegans.
Yeah, vegans. Yeah.
Right? Tom Brady is 44 years old.
I mean,
Tom Brady don't eat tomato. Got tomato cause inflammation. Tom Brady don't eat grains. It's the same thing. It's the same concept with this joker here. Same thing.
Well, I'm sure Jordan eats meat.
Well,
and Jordan is probably the greatest athlete of all time.
Jordan had no knees at 36, 37.
Hey.
Cartilage, everything.
Plus, that's a different sport. I mean,
yeah, man. Nutrition. Look at Joker now, getting better and better.
Kyrie's a vegan, so what
Kyrie's improving. Kyrie's improving.
So what Kyrie are we playing?
Kyrie's improving. But it's a scientific fact.
But and to me, with Djokovic seemed to go through the motions too much in his game. Lose his first sets a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm wondering if he's doing it for the crowd.
Yeah, I think so. It's great. And he probably just working out. The probably just working out. Yeah, man, he might work out and say, all right, the backhand not so strong. Oh, maybe I need to swing the ball more that side. It's kind of probably working out.
I mean, you call it then, Djokovic.
Of course.
I can't go against the Joker. I can't go against the great. I won't say he's the greatest, but he's definitely great.
And he have a different mindset.
I mean,
the mentality is just different.
So both our picks are the same. Man.
I can't go against.
I can't against Emma.
Yeah.
And I can't go against Joker. But
just her interviews after the match, you can see that she don't care. The other girl was, yes, I'm 19, I'm 18.
Smiley.
Straight.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on myself.
Going with the British.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, tennis wrapping up this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, on to the next topic. Diamond League, Zurich.
Yeah, athletics. We come to the end of another great season for Jamaica. Jamaican athletes.
After Olympics keeping this year, and then the Diamond League. I mean, we all know the hiatus from last year for all those reasons, COVID. I mean, but Diamond League.
Elaine Thompson.
So we're starting it?
Closing off the season. In style.
So we're jumping from one goal to the next.
Possibly.
Yes. But even so, I said I like to wait till their career is over, but she's definitely paving the way for herself to definitely be in the bid. People want to see world championship titles from her, but another sub 10-7 clocking, fourth for the season.
10.65.
Yeah. I mean, we see these times and we start to take advantage of it or don't appreciate it.
Take it for granted,
Take it for granted that 10.65
is nothing, It's not that cost them and say, what kind of 10.7 that you run? After what, Jamaicans always stay already.
Yeah, but if we put it in context, 10.65.
Yeah, man, consistently
big
running
time, big time.
Consistently.
And I see where there's still room for improvement.
Of course.
Her last part of the race should decimate a few, but I think if she needs to work on that first 30.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, she has the right coach.
Transition into the actual.
Because our bullet finishes out this record. We want the record. We want the record.
Yeah,
definitely want it.
It was a record that nobody thought that would have ever been even.
I think that she can do it now.
Yes, she can.
So, and we've seen where she come close to it.
With a little assistance from the wind, which like a 1 point, a positive wind. A good track, fast track with those Nike shoes, carbon ones, the spring.
But we all know sports is unforgiving.
Yes.
And this season and next season,
that's all.
It's hard to replicate. I wanted to do it now, but the season is coming to a close. I mean, I think she might have one race left. I'm not sure, but it's a stellar season.
Yeah.
And string at times.
We spoke about it last week about should we do it now? I said yes, because next year never can tell. Never can tell. Track and field and the muscles and all of that, injuries.
And I mean, with competition, Shelly didn't run. She pulled out, I think, due to fatigue. So, I mean, with Shelly hot on her heels again, running 10.60 previously in the season. I mean,
I hope Shelly continues.
Shelly thinking about the next Olympics.
Yeah, that's good. I think she can.
This is her best season ever.
Yeah.
Her sub 11 times for this season. She's done over 10 sub 11 times this season. And she's never done that in her career before. And now at this stage, after having a child coming back, getting that rest, I think she can push on and give us one more Olympics in 2 years.
Yeah, man.
But then you have the young girls coming up. So, Jamaica pool is big with that. So 10.65, big time.
Shelly is good for Elaine,
Yeah, both are good for each other.
Yeah, push each other to
so don't think Shelly gonna push Elaine first.
Yes.
I said don't want to be pushing up the most because Elaine is on top now. Remember, Shelly,
the sprint queen.
Shelly did this.
Yeah, she's still the queen.
No. Merlin is the queen. Don't do that. Don't do that. Merlin is
Merlin. Okay, you bring Merlin in the conversation.
Merlin didn't win the Olympic gold, but close. But Merlin body of work is.
When you say the queen, what do you mean? I don't get you.
The mother of sprinting. The daughter can pass the mother, but Merlin set the team.
Hold on. Let me get this clear. You're saying that Merlin is the queen, Merlin who tighten up every time at the finishing line.
I mean,
when she had that 200-meter race in Atlanta, 1996. Because her race to win against that long striding Australian 400 runner. Tightening up for the last 15 seconds, reaching for the line. Same thing. In 1996 Atlanta against Dale Levers. Tightening up at the line.
But in
Shelly, big runner.
But even
sir.
When you look at it, in 1996, they use a big back computer, broad saying. Yeah. For the computer them now. You have to get the times of advance. And these women are doing that, but you can't forget the days when you used to forget something. With the big back computer them and Microsoft.
Cuthbert is my champion.
Cuthbert?
Yes, man.
So she's your queen?
Yes, man. No, not my queen. My queen of the 90s. But the official queen of track and field must be Shelly and Fraser.
I think you want to take over controversy. You want to be controversial.
No.
Marlene is the queen.
Bronze.
When you go stadium, the first that you use to put up a stadium. Oh, the people them know it, man.
I think, you have time when people pass people and surpass people.
Precisely. So, as I said,
she lose that title.
No, queen. You can have another queen.
Oh, you can have another queen?
Yeah, but the first queen is Marlene.
You're changing it now. So she's the first queen.
So the mother, the mother,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. The mother and the daughter, right?
Yeah, right. There you go. But
yes.
Back to the Diamond League Zurich meet. Other performances, I mean, I have to take note. Kimberly Williams, Shanika Ricketts, triple jump, second and third. Frederick Dakers coming third. Hansa Parchment coming third. Brennan Levy coming second in that 110 hurdles race, close finish.
Yeah.
I mean, we represented well all across. Candice McLeod, Stephanie McPherson in the 400 meter. I mean, Megan Tapper, third again. I mean, always up there.
Megan Tapper, the
personality, man. Yeah, I mean. So we had Jamaicans representing all across. And we're saving it last now for that 200 meter race. I mean, that's another hot topic that every week we seem to be talking about.
Yeah, it's
Sherika Jackson running a PB, 21.81. Coming second, 18-year-old Mboma.
Yeah.
I've seen Mboma from Namibia.
Fast finishing boy.
21.70.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sherika had her doing it, but this girl is a different level.
When watching the race and seeing her finish, I have to question if she should hold him back to finish that fast. Because I mean, I've never seen in track and field where a junior has done something that nobody has ever done before, whether senior or junior. Her split for her 200-meter time before this race, where she ran equal her personal record, her first 100 meter was 11.54. Her second 100 meter was 10.27. As the late great God Flotan would say, it has never been done before. 10.27 split over the last 100 at 18 with poor technique. And I mean, not that much stellar training behind her. I mean, she's getting in sport, not fully developed. And running 10.27. I mean, I'm telling you now, when this girl breaks her record, that's when y'all going to be talking about testosterone. Why not talk about it from now?
Yeah.
Or is she going to pull a seminar where she just eases off the throttle?
I'm sorry, doing. I don't really want to highlight it, but
I think they need a category for this.
Exactly, but let her finish the season, and next season they have to have more discussion about that.
Because I mean, running 21
finishing like that with the last 50 meters of a 200-meter race.
Yeah.
There is a different level, So They have to have that discussion. The international body have to sit down and work out this one.
Yeah.
You know, either should they try to suppress her levels of testosterone through drugs.
I mean, but
you know, but it cannot be at that level.
I mean, she's naturally like this, but she's at an unfair advantage.
Yes, man. Yes,
I
man.
mean,
male hormones are kick up, man. So.
I mean, how? If you break it down, you know what a 10-2-7 split is over the last 100 meters for a female?
Mm-hmm.
As I said, it has never been done before. Elaine has never done it. Flojo, under the influence, has never done it.
Hold on. Under the influence of what? The breeze?
The breeze, yeah. I leave those topics for the controversy box.
Yes. We don't want to touch that one right here.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to give credit.
It's not proven, you know?
It's not proven, so she still has both world records. We hope to break them, but Mboma is coming and I think if she continues, she's going to set the record where it's untouchable. I mean, with that top end speed, she can run low 21, sub 21.
Yeah.
And that is touching the realm of male times. So if you want to break it down, how you want to break it down, I mean, hey, let's see what the future is. But she's definitely tearing up the track.
Yep.
She won the Diamond League 200 meter. And I mean, hats off to her. So, and if you look at it, she can't run the 400 meter because of what the governing body has said.
Yeah.
And she has a run 48.54.
48.54
at age 18.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, why would you ban her in the 800 and the 400 and allow her to run a race like a sprint event?
Yeah.
You know what sprinting is about in terms of explosiveness.
Yeah.
The testosterone play even a bigger part in terms of, you know what I mean? So it's kind of puzzling. It's kind of puzzling to me.
It's a gray area.
Yeah.
I mean,
as I said before, I think the only solution maybe for next season, if they're not going to create an event, you have to have some form of drugs. Get the scientists them in the lab. You have to have some form of drug.
But you don't have a lot of athletes like that, so who's she going to compete against?
As I'm saying.
And then how is she going to earn on the circuit?
That's what I'm saying.
Because she does this for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, she's basically pro. And to stop her, it's basically you try box food out of her mouth.
Yeah.
So
they have to create the drugs for her to kind of get the levels down to normal. The scientists can go in the lab and cook up something real quick. For next season.
And then legalize that?
Well, obviously it has to be legalized for her because in order to carry down her levels of testosterone.
And then what if she still breaks the record?
No, well, if she breaks the record with a lower level, we can say, okay, the field was level.
How low is low?
They will know.
They're turning her into a lab rat.
Yes. Well, it's for her benefit. It's because eventually they're gonna start talking about this. We probably started here at Primal, but the world will take it over.
I'm saying 2 years from next year World Championships, this girl with more training, more running.
Oh come on, at 21, 22, and she get even much stronger.
Oh gosh.
Look at her now. It's bones.
She's running 21.7 now.
With bones.
Elaine is running 21.5.
Yeah.
With bones, no training, no technique, raw speed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And that final 100 where she...
I make it worse too when Nike signed her with the shoes too.
I mean,
make it worse.
A 10-2-7 split.
She's gonna break the record.
I mean,
she's going if they don't know anything about it.
Harder over the first 100.
And you don't think she can run harder?
Of course. She has endurance. Because if you can run 48.54, you have endurance.
Yeah.
And she has speed.
Yeah.
What next?
She can break the record.
What next?
She can break the record.
And when is going to become an issue? I mean, she might poke at it and just.
They need to stay ahead of the game, though. You know, they need to recognize these things and stay ahead of the curve. They can't wait until it happens and then you start put her under the bus. You know, throw her underneath the bus and.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't wait. It's a great work. I think the governing body has to iron things out and find a way where Hey, and I think she just wants to compete. She wants to run. And I mean, she's definitely talented. So there's pros and cons to weigh in not letting her run and letting her run. So, so I mean, the track and field season was, before, as I said, a great season. Elaine, to me, the athlete of the season. I mean, so before we wrap up the segment,
I ask you a question though. What happened to Omar?
I haven't seen one circuit. I mean, I think you come back to the back. I don't know.
What happened to Omar McLeod? I think he might probably still at least be in a couple of the meets since the last time leaving them. I don't see.
He's an Olympic champion, so
that big runner to was one. Then what happened? You know, just decided to take a break.
Next year, better show up.
Yeah, Omar, you need to call in and talk to us.
Yeah,
we need to know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, so great season.
Yeah, good.
Look forward to next season. Coming up, Charlie, we'll have our sports commentary. Controversy boss himself.
Yeah.
Hot topics.
I always have what's the topic this week, but
do remember the lines are on. So after sports commentary, feel free to call. The number is 876-552-7406. I mean, after the sports commentary, we'll talk more on football. Reggae boys. I mean, English Premier League, Cristiano Ronaldo. They're double today. I mean, I know Jamaicans love their football. And big topic, Reggae boys.
Topper saving him job.
I mean,
by playing the youngster in the middle.
So that is the topic after sports commentary. Yeah. So, Charlie, controversy boss will take it away and give us
a lot to discuss about local football, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's local, though. It's foreign football we're playing, so not local. But we'll get into that after the commentary. So when you ready for us, controversy boss?
Ready when you guys are. I hope
take it away.
You hear me very well.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Listen, we have to apologize for the sound quality. We had some technical glitches 20 seconds before broadcast time, so we have to reconfigure the studio. And it is what it is. But let me start off on a less than controversial note. Jamaica lost one of the greats, a legal luminary, Howard Hamilton, QC. And we at Primal Sports, you know, we feel it for him for one reason, and that Howard Hamilton is actually the father of Dr. Scott Hamilton, one of our favorite guests on Primal Sports. So Dale, Kian, and myself, we extend our condolences to Dr. Scott Hamilton. We know QC was very instrumental in your life, and you might not know this, but he was very influential to all of us who went to Fitchfield High School when Mr. Hamilton set up his practice in Portland many years ago. So Hamilton family, we are with you. But let me move on to other things now. We were waiting for another funeral, that of Mr. Theodore Whitmore, but he has survived another day because due to circumstances, he was forced not to use so many of the English. They had to go back to their respective clubs, and as a result, he was forced to use more local players, and voila, we discovered that Mr. McGee, who should have played in the Mexico match and sat on the bench the whole time, turned out to be an influential player, a key man. And I have to ask, what the hell is wrong with Jamaican football? What happened to the skillful players who used to hold up the play and penetrate and all that kind of thing? All we have now is a set of guys who turn the ball back and slow down the play. Jamaicans cannot counter-attack under this kind of coaching scheme. So, yes, less of us calling for Whitmore to be retired, but I'm not one of them. I think that Mr. Whitmore got to go because he still has not shown any creativity in what he's doing on the field. And it puts us at an unfair disadvantage. So, many years ago, there was a lady, her name was Florence Griffiths Joyner, and she broke the world record coming almost out of nowhere. I don't think she's been under 10 points. She's been anywhere near that time she made in that Olympics there. And out of the blue, she came and snatched a number of titles, mysteriously withdrew, and we haven't seen, and then she died. So we'll never know about Flojo. We keep on kissing our teeth about that record, but Flojo won't tell us anything else. Now, out of the blue comes Olympic this year, and a man that we have never heard about appears out of the blue, snatches the 100-meter title, and has not run once since. Some of us have never seen this man, and we probably will never see him again. We hear that his nutritionist is under suspicion. We hear that one of the British men them under suspicion, and him and the British man going back and forth now about who clean. I don't think none of y'all clean. I think this Italy man, Lamont, what's his name?
Marcel.
Lamont Marcel. You're a flash in the pan dude. You should have come to the Diamond League and show us what you can do. I suspect you can't because I don't feel that you were playing with a fair advantage. Speaking of unfair advantage, last week I spoke about a lady called Mboma. And I'm going to touch on Mboma last, but let me just point out to you. Did you guys know that Casper Semenya is married to a woman? Casper Semenya is married to a woman. And in fact, the woman is expecting her second kid. Where did the picnic come from? Right? Casper Semenya have two things inside of him that us males, we all have two of those. They're called testes. They produce testosterone. Casper Semenya produced something that allowed his partner to get pregnant. And you don't fool me, Casper. Casper, you're walking around in suits with your bass voice, your flat forehead, your strong jawline. Casper, you walk like a man. And you're a man. And I suspect that you're not dealing with a full deck of cards. If you love to run so much, Casper, why you don't run with the guys? Why is every DSD wanting, slightly undefined sexuality? Could be male, could be female. They don't want to run against man. You want to run against one. You're looking at unfair advantage. I don't like it. And this brings me to Miss Mboma. Anybody who watched the Rio 800-meter finals, did you know that 3 medalists, gold, silver, and bronze, were all DSD? Casper Semenya was number 1, but number 2 and 3 were also females of dubious gender. And that's the reason why they banned the 800-meter. I hear they last about the 800 and 400-meter. Those athletes from Africa who we can't be sure whether they can tell the boys from the girls, they want to run against the girls, and we have strong doubts about them. No, Mboma, her testosterone level is northwards of 7, 7 units per liter, right? 3-4 times higher than the people you're competing against. And she's able to produce a burst of power that is unknown in the female gender. As a matter of fact, Casper Semenya, I've been watching some of his races. He was able to produce speed at will. As a matter of fact, he was keeping it down because he knew that if he ran too far ahead. One time I see the man running and I'm saying, but what is this dude doing a race with a bunch of women? You may say I'm misogynistic. You may say I'm hateful. I take the title. But that's a dude. Casper, you're a dude. And Mboma, you a dude. That's my commentary. What say you?
Oh my. You can't fit let them weird. Controversy boss at his best.
Yes.
I mean,
boy.
Touchy points, but I mean, there's some truth to it.
Of
there
course,
must be some truth to it. And I mean,
we want to know where the baby come from.
Definitely not from me.
Where the baby come about? Who's the father?
But so I've seen her in person in real life, and she's not that big on TV. On TV,
TV put on 10 pounds a year.
The jawline is definitely
pronounced.
Adam's up.
I wasn't really looking to her.
Men's suits. She has on a man's wristwatch. She walking in male loafers. And come on.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
She went to trial at the World Court, She went to defend her case, and she wore men's clothing. She should have worn a dress, man. We're a miniskirt if you think about it.
Yeah.
We're a bikini.
And the bloomers.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's hard to have a category for people of this
multiple gender.
Yeah, because as I said before, what kind of races are around? Who will come to watch?
Yeah. They need to check that out.
What prizes will there be for athletes like this?
It's definitely unfair though. So they need to do something about it. But it is what it is.
Do you think it's unfair for them as well? I mean, take away their bread and butter.
Donkey said the world and level.
That is true.
You understand? So I think something. It's an unfair advantage. So we have to do something about it. Not we, but the international body will have to definitely look into it.
Because I mean, when is enough is enough.
Yeah.
What happens when the record is set?
I think it's enough right now.
But Semenya was smart.
She's a loser. She purposely used to lose on the circuit.
Yeah.
It's obvious. She should just hang around in the back and probably come third or second when too much light is shining on her, and then
Absolutely.
And then when she ready now, she come and win a one race, and she's been doing that for years. Not just now, but anyway, let us hit the Whitmore topic.
Whitmore, yeah.
Football.
Do you think Whitmore
boys.
should go?
Before we even talk about getting rid of Whitmore, the results of the week.
Yeah, the 3 matches Jamaica is now
bottom of the table.
Bottom of the table, 1 point.
1 point.
2 losses, 1 draw. Lost to Mexico.
Yeah.
2-1, a late goal. I mean, Panama at the office, a job in 3 love.
Yeah.
1-1 Costa Rica, which I thought we could have stole those 3 points.
Yeah, we got
easily.
opportunities. We got opportunities.
And I saw where in the second half we played better.
Yeah.
We gave up a soft goal, I would say, in
the first 10 minutes.
First 2 minutes of the
game, yeah.
And that pegged us back. But in the second half, I see where we played much better. And I mean, should Whitmore stay for that? I mean, I think that Whitmore is being pressured behind the scenes more than we're led to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, his selection of teams change. He has much time with these players. They're back to their clubs.
Before, he's somewhat of a puppet to them. I don't think that he's the man who's making the decisions in terms of who you feel, who you put out in your starting lineup. No, I'm very disappointed in Jamaica. When you look at the Panama game, we had 7 foreigners representing Jamaica.
Yeah.
7 foreigners. That's 70% of our Jamaican team being represented by foreigners.
Yeah.
What kind of message you're sending to a little kid, a 14-year-old, that we're not good enough to represent our own country? That we have to carry people who are not Jamaicans to come and play for Jamaica? I'm not saying we can't have a 1 and 2 but to have 70%. You imagine 1998 World Cup. We having 7 foreigners playing for us on the pitch. You think Ricardo Ghana would have gotten that contract to go and play at Bolton?
No.
It is unfair to the local players. And when I say local players, I'm not talking about Red Stripe League, and I'm talking about Jamaican born players. You know, we're playing in the MLS, we're playing in the Canadian League. How do you think these guys want the opportunity to show themselves out to the world to get bigger contracts in Europe?
Yeah, but showing yourself from qualifying is too different.
No, listen. We take this qualifying thing to another level. We'll talk about
that
food.
Is the level.
No, we'll talk about bread and food. You have to use them out there who want the opportunity to show themselves and show the class what they have on the field. And we're stifling them.
Yeah.
Look at Lamar Walker. Lamar Walker is a 20-year-old big baller from Clarendon College.
Where is he now?
He on the bench.
Yep.
Creative midfielder on the bench. I'm saying,
coming off the bench and playing.
Look how long we've been asking for Maggie to play.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So, how long will I continue with this?
I think the foreign players are needed, but I think we need a right mixture. And I think we need more time together as a team to build a unit. And Tapa doesn't have that luxury. So, I mean, here we have a caller coming in.
Yeah, man, until we get to that caller.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, look at it. If you are a young footballer and you see what is happening, how would you feel as
Yes, good day. Good day.
Good day.
Good day. Welcome to Primal Sports.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm not hearing. You hear me now?
Yeah. Give us a minute.
Give us a minute. They are relocating.
Yes, caller. What's on your mind today?
Well, I'm calling the program. We're talking about your boys football. I know it's been going for the past days.
Yeah.
Just speak your mind. So, do you think Tapa should stay or go?
Well, I definitely will get him out first thing in the morning. I am really surprised he's still here up to this time. I don't understand why. I just all the JFF staff members
all of them should get their eye tested because obviously they're matching a different leverage of football than what we are seen as the public and in everybody. Understand me? Because even though we get a spirited performance the last time out and no positive to take away from that game, which we should have won easily because we outplayed the opponent in the second half. Far the better team most of the game.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think he's the man for the job.
Well, who do you put in?
Well, that's a big question.
Yeah.
Well, you have Paul Hall as the assistant, you know, so maybe Paul Hall can take
Paul
over.
as the assistant, but I don't know much about him and where he coached or anything like that. But what about Miguel Corey? He was in the program before.
JC coach. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to pay that man big bucks, you know. You have to lure him in. And at this point, in the middle of the campaign, do you think that would be better for the team?
And Carla, you can hear me?
Yes.
I don't want you to come down too hard on Whitmore because Leon Bailey spoke about this a couple of months ago in terms of Whitmore is being pressured by the administration. You know?
Yeah, but that's what I was saying at first, the word JFF board.
Maybe they need to go as well.
Maybe they need to go.
Maybe they
Yeah, definitely, of course. I'm not taking back that.
Yeah.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
The whole JFF and the coaching staff and everybody.
So look,
you can clearly outline and see that Whitmore don't know what he's doing. I definitely could have done a better job on Whitmore.
So with that being said, and Whitmore still the head coach, what do you think are our chances of qualifying for the World Cup?
The chances right now, the chances decrease by far, and if you look around look at the table, somehow we're still there after 3 games because result going in our favor. Even though we are bad, we just 4 points of the playoff spot, which is not bad.
Yeah.
So with these 3 matches coming up now, October 7th, USA.
The crucial match. And the next game is one of the next kingpin of CONCACAF.
Yeah.
The Americans.
So
and we have to get something positive from that game.
Yeah, we have USA October the 7th. Then we have in USA. Then we have October 10th. We have Canada at home in the office. Like office turning into a party shop right now.
Yeah.
And then 13th we go to Honduras. So where do you see us after these 3 matches?
Historically, we always do well against
Canada,
but it's not a historic thing. It's what's going on in Canada.
Yeah.
From during the Gold Cup, they was playing an outstanding game of football. Some of them left them and the last game what they played, them have a big result and them up there. So I think winning mentality and build your confidence. So we have to get that. That's why it was so important to come away with a victory the other day after we fought the first 2 games. But obviously it didn't work out. We still get a point, which is good. We have to start somewhere. A point was not good. But we have to act right now. And to be fair, since qualifying for the World Cup back in the 90s when I was very young at the time, I mean, I did still have an athlete for the game and everything, you know, jump on plans and everything, but not like to the standard where I'm at this time. And I'm very disappointed with Whitmore in many cases after the past 2 years. Because during that time when we qualified back then in '98, he was one of our players. Yeah. He was our maestro, which is what we were lacking for the past 2 games.
Yeah.
So we need that stable, we need that balance in the midfield to dictate the tempo, to come and link up the plays.
So who would you put in? Tell me some of the changes you'd make. as coach?
Some of the changes, like I was screaming for the little ball from JC, Tyreek Maggie, and him have an outstanding game, even though we didn't finish with chances, which is important. You have to put away chances to reach to the next stage. You understand me?
Yeah, man.
But it was a big performance. I was very happy with that performance. Despite we never get maximum points from it, but we done a lot of takeaway, a lot of positive. And I believe our chances are as good as any because the other opponent them weakened. People don't look themselves when we played them the other night. And we should have easily come away from the Azteca.
Good point.
And I believe his coaching cost us.
15 seconds. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Of the wrap up.
I think his coaching cost us that fight. But
so going forward, I guess we need some points in the next 3 matches, and we'll have your take again after those 3 matches and see where we stand.
We have to win. If we win at least one of the game and draw the next 2, and open result continue to go in our favor, which other team will drop points. Or if we win 2 match, we should be in a good position.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. And remember, we will look to hear from you after the next set of matches and see if Tapa is still there.
All right.
Definitely,
All right, big up from Primal. Respect again, bro.
Yeah, man.
People that want Tapa ahead.
Yeah. As we said before, it's not all on Tapa. Because Leon Bailey said this a couple months ago, blaming the administration in terms of who we're putting on the field. You know what I mean? So it's not just him. Because I find it very strange that creative midfielder like Tapa would want to stifle or not play those creative players that he have warm in the bench for the past 2 to 3 matches. You know what I mean? And my take on things, it's not just for me, it's not just about qualifying for work, it's about changing lives. You know? Baby Gardner, big life change in terms of the contract. I want my local, my Jamaican born players who played in the MLS, and what happened to Alex Marshall? He played in the Canadian League. All these players are great ball.
Ryan Clark is playing so Diamond Touch. In the States, I mean.
No, what I want to see my Jamaican players, Jamaican born representing my country, and I want you to get a bus. I know them don't want to stay in the MLS. Everybody want to play EPL. So how them don't get the opportunity if we don't get them the caps?
Alright, coming up on the call. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal. Can you hear us?
The calling one.
Sounds like calling one of our favorite callers. What's your take today? Well, I mean,
as we think about it, we're playing 3 matches, we went to the Azteca. The clear tactical decision, whether that's decided because it was a ugly of the game and come out to that point. I would fall out to that. Come out to a lucky bounce and lack of concentration. I would call the coach for that. Whether that decided because they are not the game there, so clearly was to get a point. And some unfortunate bounce and lack of concentration. There's a Panama between the DFF or top or whatever, but definitely what happened in the office inexcusable. And then the third match, the first half wasn't great. I'm going to get back to Maggie because the year that we were praising Maggie and the rest of the school was, I'm not going to back to that, but in terms of the chances created and everything, really and truly, we can't blame the coach for not getting all 3 in that match either.
I agree with you.
So to me, it's 1 out of 3 we can lay firm that of Tapa. And if you're comparing Tapa to in past contemporary, Tapa have a greater success rate than all the coaches that have makes sense in my spot went to World Cup. So in terms of win percentage, performance in the Gold Cup, top equal or better to the other person that they find.
True.
The same way we say we don't want foreigners. I say, respect local and top of being at the game. Don't get top of the game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that quite hard. Problem people having is that top of the mindset.
Yeah.
Don't play mindset football, top of the defensive, all the way above the football. And that is, and other people play only football and get trained, but top of the net.
Yeah.
Because the number of top of us are part of their general.
Yeah, man. You know the cunning one, Jamaica, we full of excitement, We love excitement, right? But we play that brand of football. That is our culture. Our culture is entertainment and excitement. That little boring That little boring defensive football is not our thing, that man. Play according to our culture and spirit, man.
This guy wants results, entertainment more than results. I'm a total agree, and I think that if the change is made now, Tapa will do more harm to the team than good.
Yeah, man, it's the time where it is now.
We need a change, but not now.
If they're going to fight into that, they have to be now after this.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Because we're living in the real world, it's not fantasy football. It's very difficult to get to that cover. I already have a lot of people in terms of new players. So we bring in a new coach that new to everybody now and put us in a tougher spot, especially in this COVID qualification. And just to me, it's unfortunate for Tapa that basically COVID basically must have everything. So already usually have good preparation for qualifiers and COVID make it even worse.
COVID, match of Brazil and Argentina match. COVID. That's a different topic.
Why I see things different sometimes. I look at this guy named Nicholson up front, right? Colin, want to hear me? Whenever these guys see the goal, it's as if they don't know what to do. They don't have coaches in the program that teach these guys how to play against one-on-one defenders and so forth.
Because the progression from boys on Charlotte is to me, because the progression from boys on the Charlotte the same way you say if you 14 can look to what?
Yeah.
John is a youth 14 can look to what?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree with you now, but what I'm saying is the coaching staff teaching these youths are putting them in game type situations with a one-on-one defender, how to handle it, a two-touch here, move the ball here. I'm wondering because they're getting opportunities in front of the goal and it's as if it's foreign to them. They don't know what to do. So I'm wondering if we have a staff here that is putting that kind of game type thing within the training session itself, because I don't see where these guys are competent in front of the goal. True. No, Shane, I'm not talking about system. I'm talking about a situation that occurs on the pitch, a situational football. For example, you're going to play against a chopper. You train for a chopper, right? The cunning one. What I'm saying is this. These guys don't look like they know what they're doing in front of the goal.
But the thing is, they produce for their clubs. So what is the difference then? Because Nicholson, just before the break, he scored a hat-trick for Charleroi.
No, he's scoring goals in them. He's scoring goals in them. I'm not saying no in them. But at times, when I see them play, once I see, what's his name? Junior Fleming. One defender to beat. Almost at the top of the sixer near the penalty box and passing the ball.
First with Fleming, we know Fleming from London. Fleming, after this, he is a decision maker. We know that.
So what are we doing to help him?
Hold on, but remember finish the point from a rainbow system. When you look from Berg and the chance that they're missing, you have to look as number 9, the amount of work for them after the team. You would think this look from a work to the team. Them on the sharp and the up to that thing. By the time they go to the end of the left back to the defense.
Yes.
For a break, I don't know if it's something. When they read, they make them better, but they're not as fresh as other man or a computer. So we have to read the thing as well.
Yeah.
All the ways they're playing. It's rough on them.
Yeah.
When for a break, come up and finish it for you, what's going on?
3 minutes.
Because in the salary, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm an advocate for my local, for my Jamaican-born players, you know, but I just think that coaching staff, they have to do a better job in teaching these guys how to handle, how to play football in certain areas of the field, you know. You know, just like in basketball, you have a Hakeem Elijah one who will teach a Kobe Bryant how to do the drop step, and that's an example I'm giving you. So I think the coaching staff, along with the players, they need to work a little bit more on that kind of situation for the football. The next thing is the cunning one.
Yeah.
Don't you think Alex Marshall is a better quality player than Junior Fleming?
And Junior Fleming, we have to be careful in that because the same example you put difficult now. I don't think it's no better season for the ultimately and a lot of the problems we have in Jamaica is the pedestal that money companies have to take up. And money for 3 months of football in high school is not the highest quality of football.
No, he's in the Canadian League now, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at the dynamic of the team. He's still playing professional football. and Canada is a higher level than Jamaica. So he's playing professional football. But the point that I'm making, I'm talking about Alex Marshall's skill sets. I'm talking about his skill sets.
Let me answer the question for you, I think Junior Fleming is better than Alex Marshall. I am not into the gallery team.
Junior Fleming is
more effective than Alex Marshall.
Better touch, better pass and ball, better decision maker.
Alex Marshall improved.
I mean, if Alex Marshall improved.
This is not Manning Cup. You know,
No, I'm not comparing Manning Cup to professional football. If you watch Alex Marshall, even in our local leagues, when Junior Fleming was playing, Alex Marshall touched and balanced on the pitch. If you put Alex Marshall in the place of Nicholson, I'm sure 2 out of 4 chances Alex is putting them away. 1 and 2, Alex Marshall have better touch and better passing ability, and he moves better in small space. You imagine Alex playing with a Leon Bailey, with a Maggie in the middle.
Well, wrapping up the show now, Shane. Last words. We qualify for the World Cup, yes or no?
Qualifying for the World Cup, at least I'm content now that
all right, then. Thanks for calling.
Well, we have to continue this next week, you know.
Continue this definitely next week.
Yeah, man, respect here. All right. Well, we come to an end, boy. So that's so fast, but we have to get more in depth with it.
Another show has come to close, and again from the Primal team, Primal Sports Center. Big up and wonderful return.
Peace.